Welcome to Building My Legacy podcast. This podcast is designed for leaders and entrepreneurs who want to leave a legacy and will provide strategies that focus upon key elements for legacy creation, determining your desired impact and its benefit, increasing your legacy's reach by engaging key stakeholders, planning, prioritizing, and executing. Here's your host, Dr. Lois Sonstegar.
Welcome, everybody, to today's Building My Legacy podcast. I have with me today Vladimir Botsvadze, and he is CEO of Botsvadze Marketing Solution Company. He is quite remarkable. He has, in 15 years, become number one thought leader in Thinkers 360 in many, many different categories. Unbelievable in terms of what you've achieved in that area. So Vladimir is a world-renowned, multi-award-winning digital transformation and social media influencer. He's a Fortune 500 consultant. He is also a consultant and advisor to startups and C-suite executives. He is currently ranked as the number one global marketing thought leader by Thinkers 360. It is just outstanding what it is that you've been able to achieve, Vladimir. He's also jury member of Digital Revolution Awards in the UK and judged the following nominations, such as Tech Star of the Year and Outstanding Contribution to the Microsoft ecosystem. He is also currently on the advisory board of Rethink Retail 2022, a huge area right now. So many people are looking at what's next in retail, right? Yes. So Vladimir, tell us, how did you get started on this journey? You have been in charge of your life, you said, since you were about 18 years old. And you have literally built all of this up from the beginning by yourself and achieved remarkable results. Tell the audience a little bit about this.
Yes. Dear Lois, thanks a lot for inviting me to your podcast episode. And I'm delighted to share my award-winning expertise with you that is cherished and applauded by the business world, I have been a global citizen since childhood, and my passion has always been tech. I come from Europe, and I moved to the United States when I was 18. And where I got my first job, I became obsessed with growth, and I started seeing the world faster, clearer, and easier. I literally wake up with determination and try to be as productive as possible. I fire on all cylinders, and my work inspires 40 million individuals annually. And I worked in Washington, D.C., in New York City, in Dubai, London, and I have been in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I have worked in such places, and I collaborated with the world's biggest brands, associations, business schools, conferences, and success is like an iceberg. People see only success on the surface, but they don't see like desire, passion, going extra mile, sleepless nights, early mornings, and persistence, and I worked like every single day in my 20s. What sets me apart. That's why I built my social media channels, and 60% of global economy is digital in 2022. So as you can see, social media usage has skyrocketed since pandemic, and over 4.5 billion people use social media channels actively across social media platforms. So I moved to New York City, DC, and such places in 2006, moved to London 2009, Dubai 2014. I attended some practical conferences in Dubai, and then I decided to start building my personal brand across 10, 15 social media channels. So I worked 16 hours a day. I connected with many like-minded individuals. I built relationships with associations, brands, I obtained some great recommendations from top managers. Then I put my eggs into different baskets. When it comes to building my channels, I give away my best information for free. So I provide value. Whether I tweet, whether I speak, whether I blog. So my contribution has been tremendous. So I'm delighted for all results I have in 2022, because nothing is earned. Nothing is given in this industry. Everything is earned. So through blood, sweat, and tears, I have achieved everything by dint of my hard work. And everything I have, like this ranking, number one ranking by Thinker 360. My first ranking was in 2015. When Analytica ranked me number 65 global B2B influencer worldwide in London. So this award in 2015 galvanized me, to hit the ground running and to leave no stone unturned. And
so Vladimir, can I just
yes.
interrupt you for a moment and ask you a question? So
Yes.
2015 is only 7 years ago.
Yes.
So what was your secret to becoming number 65 at that point, and now today be number one?
Yes, dear Lois, this is a great question. Thank you. I started tweeting actively, around subjects that I was interested in 2014 and 2015. For example, I was tweeting about social media, digital transformation, community building, content marketing. And my tweets were one of the most retweeted, by my audiences. And there are organizations throughout the world, like Analytica in London, that recognize your performance, daily performance. To what extent you reach your audience, how many retweets do you have per post, and such details makes a big difference. So when I started from zero in 2014, and when I gained over 7,000 followers in 2014. So when I continued working so hard in 2015, and Analytica just recognized my hard work, and included me among top 100 B2B marketing influencers, and I was over the moon. I shared this success with my family members. We were on cloud 9. That if you put in the work, the results will come. And since that day, I was very serious about personal brand building, because in this digital economy, personal brand is of paramount importance. Because if people Google you and they don't see any results, people don't exist, and they don't work with you. But if they Google you and they see outstanding and world-class results, like your interviews, your awards, your website, your social media channels, and every contribution you have to this industry, then they make decisions at the drop of a hat to work with you and join forces with you. So I think that Google is our CV, and if people realize this, then they are serious about their career success, and they build their website. And I reinvested every penny in my growth, whereas people at my age, they keep up with Jonases and they go on vacation, and they waste their money. God has given me such ability, talent, and such expertise to stand out in a crowded marketplace. So I reinvested every penny. I said no to every party, every social occasion. My family members were asking me to go out and hang out with my friends, but I locked the door. I put in the work. And I just hit the ground running and fired on all cylinders, and it is all I have, because of course I had a chance to marry to a wonderful lady, but I decided I preferred a career over my personal life, So I'm now 34, and I have all these results, and I have well-deserved success worldwide, because I was dreaming about to become a speaker at the speakers bureaus, and I was dreaming about joining forces with startup accelerators, mentoring and advising startups, and now my story is cherished and applauded by the business world, it's my responsibility to do my utmost to provide value and to help so many enthusiastic brands and managers move forward and stay ahead of the curve. So I'm blessed that I come from Georgia, which is a post-Soviet Union country, and for Eastern Europeans, nothing is given. You have to go there and earn it. And I was burning the midnight oil in my childhood. And
Vladimir,
yes,
tell me something. You talk about growth and that it's a long-term strategy. You suggest that people should look 5 to 10 years, perhaps even longer than that. But when you talk with people about building a long-term strategy for growth, what is it specifically that you look at? How do people do that in today's world of uncertainty?
All right. Dear Lois, nowadays, so many managers are focused on sales. For example, when someone connects with me on LinkedIn, they send me their sales pitches, what they are selling. And I think such people are neglected because I don't have time to reply to such people, I believe that businesses should be in marketing and branding business. They should put out content.
They should put out content. Okay.
Yeah. So if they are on Twitter, they should. Twitter is like a cocktail party for the business world nowadays because it's easy to join conversations, to connect with people. 85% of global leaders use Twitter. And I earned 56,000 followers on Twitter, it's incredible because in this retrospect, when I look back and when I was in New York City and when nobody knew me, right? It is like a golden opportunity for me to connect with so many like-minded and collaborative individuals, because I was 18 in New York City and now nobody knew me, and now everybody knows me. So I turned the table, now the situation has been reversed, so now it's much opposite. I'm in a catbird seat. I have so many advantages, and I use every channel to my advantage to stand out, to work with more brands, to make my dreams come true. And I'm so proud and so honored of every board that I'm a jury member, and that's why I'm in a brand building business, dear Lois. Brand building, because I'm a long-term thinker, and every business should focus on branding, building their brands. Every business, 10 years, in 20 years, what they will be doing 20, they need to connect with communities, they should be audience centric by nature and connect with audiences, and they should put out content that is in their followers' best interest, not in their best interest. And brands struggle nowadays on social because they put out content that is in their best interest, so their followers don't care about what is there in the best interest. I put out my content that is in my followers' best interest. That's why I built my brand. That's why so many executives opened the door. I obtained so many great recommendations from them, and now I use everything to my advantage to stand out, to speak everywhere, and to advise boards and councils. So customer centricity, dear Lois, customer centricity, audience centricity are of paramount importance. If they are not focused on their audience, they will go out of business. It's like a put two and two together. They should make strategic decisions to build their brands and to hire a great marketing team to market like it is 2022, not like 1995, because many brands market like it is 1995. They neglect Twitter, they disregard social media channels, and they put their money into garbage and they go out of business. So it is my responsibility to help brands to invest their marketing money wisely and not to waste their money on TV, on billboards, and on magazine advertising, because nobody pays attention to such channels, dear Lois. Offline marketing is dead. Social media has changed. TV advertising is water under the bridge. Digital advertising is now of paramount importance. And if startups invest their 85% of their marketing money in Facebook advertising, they become unicorns. And they generate 10 billion in revenue annually, dear Lois. So this is amazing. Why, for example, Amazon became Amazon? Because Amazon was one of the first biggest advertiser on Google AdWords from 2000 2007. So Amazon and Jeff Bezos capitalized on underpriced attention on Google AdWords to build what Amazon is nowadays.
So talking about Amazon, you are on the advisory board for retail. Retail has struggled. Talk a little bit about what you see the trends, what you see the future of retail. And if you're a retailer, what is the most important thing for them to think about?
Yes, great question, dear Lois. Direct to consumer is one of the biggest trends nowadays in retail, because brands try to deliver their product directly to consumer through this AI, drones, and such way. So I think that brands have been investing wisely in D2C trends. And another great trend nowadays is voice technology, because voice helps us save our time. And nowadays, people order everything through voice assistants like Amazon, like Alexa, and Siri. So nowadays, marketing has been revolutionized through artificial intelligence, and future-focused brands invest wisely in D2C trends and in voice technology. And my clients, for example, achieve the next level results through investing wisely in AI, machine learning, and voice trends.
Machine learning and voice trends for retail as well. If you're a mid-size, say 2 million to 100 million, that's maybe a fairly wide span. But how do they begin down the path of AI, artificial intelligence, and voice? That's a fairly investment-heavy strategy. So how do you recommend people approach it?
Dear trends, man, I think every business, even it is a middle-sized business, should create content actively across 8-10 social media networks, dear Lois. Whether I build a personal brand or even a startup is building its business, or it is a medium-sized business, or it is a large corporation, everyone's number one marketing strategy should be to connect with audiences through social media channels, because there are 7.8 billion people in the world, and can you imagine that there are over 5 billion mobile users in the world, and over 4.5 billion social media users? We are talking about billions of people using these channels actively, dear Lois. Whether you tweet, whether you are advertising, you invest in Google AdWords or Facebook advertising, or in podcasts or on TikTok. Everyone's number one strategy should be to storytell on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and build relation with their audience. Because if they are not active on social media, they will go out of business. And there is a great quote by Gary Vaynerchuk, who said that everyone should leave their opinions about technology at the door when they walk into the office and run their business, because their romance is going to put them out of business, dear Lois. And dear Lois, trust me, I work with speakers bureaus, I work with mentoring clubs, I work with startup accelerators. I connect with so many individuals on social media channels, and so many brands market like it is 1995, not 2022, because this is a sad reality of our business world, and because education is Achilles' heels, because education is a sinking ship. What I see nowadays, because what they teach at business schools is outdated and obsolete, and we need to teach what matters in 2022, like TikTok advertisings. Because when I meet these students, graduates from business schools, and when they no longer apply those strategies into real marketing, practical world, they wasted their money, in their MBAs, in their degrees, and everyone we see nowadays is self-made, dear Lois. Everyone is self-made. Gary Vaynerchuk, Jay Shetty, Elon Musk. Elon Musk does not see their degrees. He Googles someone, he sees great results, he interviews, and someone is hired nowadays, because it is nowadays what you tweet is going to bring you success tomorrow. What you tweet today, because for example, I uploaded my 47 videos to YouTube 2019, and nowadays I'm represented by more than 25 speakers bureaus throughout the world, and my each keynote is estimated in the ballpark of $50,000. It is a remarkable success for me, because to be recognized to such extent by speakers agencies, speakers bureaus, by the business world, because I think I'm a long-term thinker, dear Lois. I'm a long-term thinker. I'm a strategic leader. I'm audience-centric by nature. I rarely rest on my laurels, and I'm all about practicality, and practicality is what is cherished and applauded by the business world. And we need to push more practicality. We need to become more storytellers. Storytelling is why Nike is Nike, and why we choose this product, and not like a Nike CEO comes to our house and advertises his product. Now branding, Nike, we need to be in a brand building business. When we become brand builders and when we build our reputation, then everything is easy, dear Lois. Everything is easy. The whole world will come to us to work with us, dear Lois. This is what I teach everywhere. That is what I recommend them, that they need to be audience-centric by nature. They need to put out content everywhere. They need to storytell, whether it is a post or video content or like different types of content. They need to storytell. They need to provide values. They need to provide content. And I advise every brand, whether it is a speakers bureau. Speakers bureaus struggle nowadays, dear Lois. Speakers bureaus struggle because they just add you as a speaker, and this everything is finished. No, marketing is all about care. Care is the best marketing strategy. When you add a speaker to your roster, then you have to go the extra mile and to promote a speaker, to interview a speaker, to care about speaker, to follow speaker, to retweet his post, to like his post, to show support, dear Lois. And believe me, there are some bureaus like London Speakers Bureau, Washington Speakers Bureau, CAA. I mean, there are some bureaus that truly care about their speakers, but there are bureaus that they add more than 1,000 speakers, and that's it. I mean, nobody pays attention to speakers. Nobody follows them. Nobody likes them. I think partnership is a two-way street nowadays.
I want to talk about that because, Vladimir, I think partnership, collaboration is going to be the future, but we don't do it very often. And why? And why is that becoming more important, do you think?
Partnership is nowadays, dear Lois, because without partnership, nothing happens. I mean, trust is be all and end all nowadays. I mean, if I don't trust anyone, I don't work with them. If they break all records in marketing, if I trust them, I don't work with them. So reputation is decisive nowadays. Reputation.
So, and I'm hearing you say most important with reputation is ability to trust. So, what else?
Trust, and you need to, when you talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. I mean, there are only people nowadays, they talk the talk and everyone is indolent when it comes to success. Everyone is lazy to put out content nowadays, dear Lois. Everyone is it's crazy what's happening now in the business world. They need motivation, they need to burn a fire under themselves to create content and to move forward and to build a great reputation, and I work 16 hours a day because and I'm now about to start finding some level of work-life balance nowadays, because I'm now 34. I worked like there is no tomorrow for 14 years, 15 years, like around the clock.
Yeah.
I burned the midnight oil. So I think that I achieved everything because of great image and great reputation, and I always walk the walk, I always improve my results, and I show the world the meaning of perseverance, because when you are driven, when you are motivation, you always keep moving forward and hit the ground running, and I can sincerely say that nothing is impossible when you are outside your comfort zone.
Yeah. So tell me, Vladimir, you talk about partnering and collaboration. Give me an example of your best experience in collaboration.
Dear Lois, as you know, I was approached by the CEO of Thinkers360 in December 2018, and he offered me to join his thought leadership platform, which was newly built in 2018. It was Thinkers360. Thinkers360 has taken thought leadership to the next level, because as you can check out, top 100 thought leaders of this list, and I'm ranked in the overall ranking number 16 global influencer in B2B and digital in technology, But I'm also ranked number 1 when it comes to social retail and marketing, So I think this has been the best partnership, It has been two-way street between me and Thinkers360, because we follow each other. For example, on Twitter, they always retweet my stuff. They always they interviewed me. They ranked me number 1 in the world when it comes to marketing. When they create the blog post about, for example, marketing predictions 2022, right? They always include me among the top 10 experts about what is trending in 2022 when it comes to artificial intelligence marketing. So it is care. It's care, two-way street, Yeah. So and without one, so many partnerships are one-way street nowadays, dear Lois.
So
like you call this, yes. So I think if a partnership should be mutual all the time.
It has to be mutual. Yes.
Yes.
And you're so right. Many times it is one way. So tell me, when you have somebody approaches you, what are the characteristics that you look for? Till you're in a relationship, you don't always know, can I trust the person? You learn that as you establish a relationship. So what are the characteristics you look for?
Dear Lois, I always set my bar high, so it's not easy to work with me, because I'm regarded as one of the best in my field, and I have been recognized as one of the brightest minds in digital transformation, and I have spearheaded one of the biggest personal brands in the world. So it is not easy for me to work with everyone, because even it's not easy for me to follow everyone on social media. So what sets me apart is my standards in life. I'm all about high standards. I keep my bar high, and when I keep my bar high, I know that I need to. I only work with the best in this field. When it comes to, I work with, for example, Wise Up Networks in the UK, and I mentor students. I work with Mentoring Club in Berlin, and I mentor so many entrepreneurs. I work with as an advisor at Wintro. I'm an advisory board member of Resting Retail in Florida and New York City. And that also included me among top 100 retail influencers in the world, alongside academics, experts, analysts, amazing, renowned people, and also speakers bureaus. When I'm represented by Las Vegas Speakers Bureau, by All American Speakers, Kruger Cohn in London, Champion Speakers, MCI. Actually, I have just I have been signed with MSP Talent in Canada, and when I see, for example, alongside Jack Dorsey, Richard Branson, Jessica Alba, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Seth Godin, and outstanding people who have been there and done it. I believe that I need to continue. I believe in myself, and Face has been instrumental in my growth, dear Lois, because when I wake up with determination, and when I believe in myself, in my way, and when I don't fit in the environment, and when I create my path, I'm grateful to my parents because they gave me this kind of mindset, to stand out and to keep my bar high and to think big and to do what I love. Because there are people nowadays in the world who don't love what they do, and this is and they are not passionate. I'm passionate about what I do. That's why I moved to. My parents gave me such self-esteem, that I use every single day to achieve new success, to provide value, to connect with my audience. And I think I'm very open-minded in business, and I use this to my advantage, to gain ground, to go place, and to move up in the world. And also intelligence, dear Lois, because I think I have I use my gray matter, and I have a mind like a steel trap to deliver extraordinary results for global brands. Because if you think that you can only depend on formal education, and you can then you go out of business, dear Lois. So everyone we see nowadays, everyone is self-made, dear Lois. Because, and I think when you surround yourself with smarter people, this is one of the biggest achievements in life. Because when I started tweeting actively in 2014, and when I connected with many like-minded individuals, maybe it may sound easy for some people that you can start tweeting and connect with great people, but they showed support, dear Lois. They showed support, and I believed in myself that through tweeting you can achieve anything. Through tweeting, and a single reply to a top influencer's tweet can make you a billionaire through Twitter. It is extraordinary to what extent you can achieve your goals through tweeting, through networking.
So,
one of the great examples is the founder of Uber, Travis Kalanick, who was hiring the first product manager through Twitter in 2011, right? And he tweeted that he was looking for a product manager in San Francisco area, Bay Area, and Ryan Graves replied to Travis. They met, they started working together, and they built Uber together, and Ryan became a billionaire. I think this is just extraordinary. Twitter has been instrumental in a global economy, and another great example is Brian Chesky, the co-founder of Airbnb, who spends his time with Airbnb's users, asks questions, and improves Airbnb's product by leaps and bounds through networking.
So when, Vladimir, are you most thinking about partnering or collaborating? When you've got an idea, you're thinking about something, what kind of idea or thought drives you towards a partnership or collaboration?
Dear Lois, I always think about, when I partner with brand, I always think how it will affect and improve my personal brand. For example, when I partnered with Racing Retail, I was added as an advisory board member in December in 2021. And when I see the advisory council, I see great thought leaders, experts, professors throughout the world, And I believe it is one of the biggest achievements in my life that at the age of 34, I have managed to join such a board as an advisor in United States. And everyone should know that nothing is given in the United States. You have to go there and earn it, and and it is extraordinary achievement for me, because now I work with wrestling retail, and when I look back, I obtained my PhD in supply chain management in 2013 from Georgian Technical University, and now 8 years later, 9 years later, I'm an advisory board member of wrestling retail, and supply chain is a alpha and omega of retail nowadays, because all these drone deliveries and D2C and how it will affect your business. But this is, I think that God helps them who helps themselves. I mean, I help myself, dear Lois. Nobody should think that I'm lucky because I work 16 hours a day. So the harder you work, the luckier you get. It is all about hard work. It's all about nothing is given. My success is all about 99% hard work and 1% talent, So I believe in working hard. I believe in hitting the ground running. I believe in leaving no stone unturned, And I work from instinct, dear Lois. Instinct.
You work from where?
Instinct.
Oh, instinct. Okay.
Yes. Oh, my instincts play a huge role in maximizing my success, because I can't work with everyone. I can't work because I believe that if I start working with everyone, I will not be myself, and then I will ask myself why I'm alive, that I work with everyone. I work with people.
How do you develop instinct? That's fascinating.
Dear Lois, I mean, when you go from strength to strength, you improve yourself. So I mean, you start seeing the world faster, easier, clearer. So you only want to work with the best in the industry, And I don't have my time to waste because there are so many time wasters nowadays throughout the world. I'm sorry, but there are so many, So my time is limited. Everyone's time is limited. Even we can't promise ourselves tomorrow, right? We can't promise. So we need to invest our time wisely. So my instincts tell me all the time what is right for me. Yeah. So I care about my time. I care about my reputation. And I know that I only need to work with the best to deliver best. And, when I work with the best, I will sleep better at night,
That is so true, isn't it? It is so true. You work with the best, you sleep better because you're seeing results. Let me ask you something else, Vladimir. You talk about artificial intelligence, and as you have advised people and you've worked with different tools, is there an app in particular that you have found is useful to you in collaboration or in partnering with companies?
Yeah, Lois, when it comes to this artificial intelligence, I think that, one of the best platforms you can capitalize on is BrandWatch, which is a consumer listening platform, So you can actually take your success to the next level through using BrandWatch tool, because it is based on actually artificial intelligence, So, and when I learned about this product, I was truly astonished and impressed I mean, you can listen to your consumers, what your competitors are talking about, different subjects, what your users are tweeting about you. So, I mean, you have a bird's eye view over the whole industry, So artificial intelligence plays a huge role in helping you understand how to make better strategic decisions.
It is so true. And we need tools, don't we, today? Because none of us have enough time to do
Dear
everything.
Lois, there are so many tools, dear Lois, that is based on AI. For example, there are Brandwatch, HotSuite, Buffer, Meltwater, and there are so many. But we need to choose wisely. For example, this specific tool that uses AI technologies will bring to our business, right? So if you are in social media space, then you need to use this Brandwatch to make better some strategic and smart decisions in the long run.
Vladimir, our time has gone very quickly. It's almost up. What have we left out that you think is really important for our audience to know that you're passionate about, or whatever? What is it we've left out?
Dear Lois, I mean, nowadays, every social media platform is available at people's fingertips, and marketing is all about winning attention nowadays. I mean, if you put out some content, the great things will happen in the long run. I started my journey with a single tweet. Now I have 56,000 followers. I have sent more than 130,000 tweets. Posted more than 60,000 times on Instagram, earned 25,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I have my great presence on Medium, Blogspot, Tumblr, and Blogger, and everywhere, dear Lois. So I think people should become more curious about digital innovation, social media channels.
What are your two top favorite platforms, digital platforms?
My first platform is Twitter, because it's easy to connect with individuals and to grow your presence and your following. And I think my second favorite platform is LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is an amazing platform to collaborate with like-minded individuals and to achieve your business goals. And I think that if you use this platform strategically, and organic reach is amazing on LinkedIn. Organic reach is out of this world. If you post, then more than 100,000 people will see your tweet and connect with you, and will ask you to pick your brain. So I'm grateful for all these technologies, and as I mentioned, God helps them who helps themselves. And I think every person should expect a lot from themselves, not from others. And I always expect more from myself than others. That is what sets me apart. And I'm not disappointed when I'm never disappointed because I pedal my own canoe, and my parents taught me to stand on my 2 feet, whether I was in New York, DC, London, or Dubai. I success that did not come to me. I went out there and earned everything by dint of my hard work and my confidence and self-esteem, dear Lois.
You found it. So you talk about the top trends in marketing. Can you share with the audience what you see the top maybe 3 to 5 trends being in 2022, the next 2-3 years?
Social commerce is a huge trend nowadays, dear Lois. Nowadays, if we see nowadays to what extent brands sell their products through Instagram, for example. Now consumers buy everything through Instagram nowadays, dear Lois. And social commerce has been skyrocketing. Second, video is an amazing platform, because, as I mentioned, even if I build a personal brand, and when I create content and put out my videos to YouTube, the whole world watches my videos and they do business with me. So video takes your success to the next level. Video, and I truly believe that every platform is different. So what works on Facebook does not work on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So you need to have a different strategies in every channel.
Different strategies in every channel. Vladimir, yes. You have been just so wonderful to talk with. Your expertise is incredible, and what you've accomplished in such a short time is also amazing. So thank you so much for being with us on Building My Legacy podcast today.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your episode, and I hope that my talk and my strategies impact so many brands, individuals to discover practicality in marketing and achieve their next level results.
I think it will. And for those of you who are listening to Building My Legacy podcast today, thank you. We will have information about Vladimir in the show notes so that you will be able to get in contact with him. And if you should have any need for help, please let us know. We'll be glad to help you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Building My Legacy podcast with Dr. Lois Sonstegard. To book your appointment with Dr. Sonstegard, visit www.buildtomorrow.com.